When they say the term sportscaster, I think of somebody who just reads something that he has not prepared or researched. Well, I don't do that, and if that's what a sportscaster is, then I am not a sportscaster. I am a reporter who covers sports, and I work with more than just my mouth. I work with my head and my hands and my feet, you know, and I have to go out and hustle these things and find these things and be in the right place at the right time with the right film and the right background material. What I do is no different from what any other reporter does covering any other beat.
This is a WLBT 10 p.m. report. News and weather with MARSHA HALFORD. Sports with Michael Rubenstein.
Okay, I'll buy that part. So far, I find no way I can argue with that. Okay. You just can't beat the Yankees tonight. Miracle comeback reduces their magic number to 7, and from that point on, it's just a little bit of a lot of things. We'll have details in just a deuce. Okay, America, the World Series is close, the Super Bowl coming, but next weekend, where else? Hollywood, the National Hula Hoop Championships. So Alcorn State basketball is very much an extension of Mississippi itself. People from very small towns and very rural areas. But the real beauty of this story is the response that the Alcorn State team has gotten, both from blacks and whites who can identify with the little guy.
At the conclusion of the fight, the attorney shouted to Jones's manager, Dave Wolf, that WLBT had unauthorized film. Wolf then leaped out of the ring on top of this reporter, took the film bag, and tried to destroy the film.
You don't let him do that.
Wolf cited an exclusive contract with CBS that prohibited airing of the film by any other network. An assault warrant was signed against Wolf but was not served prior to his leaving town. Michael Rubenstein, Jackson, Mississippi.
This is a WLBT 6 p.m. report. Walter Sadler and MARSHA HALFORD Pollock with news. Michael Rubenstein with sports, and Woody Asaph with the weather.
Is the party over, or has it just begun for Mississippi State? We'll find out soon enough as the 7-2 Dogs go into Saturday's game against LSU as a 4-point favorite. 13 days ago, this play led to this celebration, and Mississippi State fans haven't come down yet. With a Sun Bowl, if not a Sugar Bowl berth already assured, it's time for State to face reality once again. A host of hot dogs attended State's afternoon workout. Former Oklahoma coach Bud Wilkinson and a pair of cowboy-booted Sun Bowl reps came east from El Paso. One is not on your format. Here's your backup. It'll be your first tape is 64. It's slippery when it's wet, and that may be the case at Memorial Stadium tomorrow. Woody with weather in just a moment.
James Vardaman has spent tens of thousands of dollars and traveled hundreds of thousands of miles to do precisely this: watch birds.
I'm just a peep in town.
The 61-year-old Vardaman has been birding for the last 50 years, and he is patiently relentless. Last year, he crisscrossed the globe in 10 days to see more than 1,000 different species, and Vardaman already claims 24-hour sighting records in Australia, Peru, and England. Simply put, James Vardaman likes birds because they are birds.
Offense versus defense, brother against brother in front of the watchful eyes of a host of pro scouts. That's what's on tap tomorrow when 8-2 Jackson State with the division's best running game meets 7-2 Alcorn with the division's best defense in their annual love-in at Memorial Stadium. Editor David Brooks, photographer Benny Sanford, and I compiled this preview report. Good evening. It's almost a rerun of last year this time. Ole Miss needing to win its last 2 games to notch its first winning season since the mid-'70s. The only difference going into this year's Tennessee game is that the Rebels are going on momentum instead of hope. Last year, Ole Miss looked just awful in its 30-17 loss to Tennessee. The Rebels' hopes of winning more on the field than they lost for the first time since 1975 out the window. The fans left early. Steve Sloan wound up doing the same a few weeks later. The players left to wonder what's wrong for yet another year.
This is the WLBT 6 p.m. report. News with Marsha Pollock and Howard Ballou. Sports with Michael Rubenstein, and weather with Woody Asaph.
$64 question: is a famous rivalry of the Egg Bowl going to be televised or not?
Well, I'll answer it like this. The times they are changing and the kickoffs are too. Better start planning on turning those partying brunches into partying breakfasts, though the formal announcement isn't expected until next Tuesday. It's a virtual certainty that the November 24 State Ole Miss game will be televised nationally by Turner Broadcasting. Good evening, I'm Michael Rubenstein. Welcome to the maiden voyage of Sports Journal.
And I'm Clay Hall. Sports Journal is a product of a beefed-up sports staff. We think it will give you a more and better product. We also have a chance to go in depth, and we might even get a bit opinionated, something Michael has never been afraid to do.
Oh, come now. You give me too much credit. As Marvin Gaye said, let's get it on. The final AP Reporters preseason poll is out, and the most interesting thing about it may be that Ole Miss received 2 points in the voting. That's less than a drop in the bucket when you consider that the top-ranked team received more than 1,050 points. Still, it is something.
This is the WLBT 6 p.m. report. News with MARSHA Pollock and Howard Ballou. Sports with Michael Rubenstein, and weather with Woody Asaph.
Highlights tonight at 10, plus a look ahead at that Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. That'll make even the coldest houses warm.
Thank you, Michael. That does it for us right now. Updates throughout the night and all the news, weather, and sports at 10. See you then.
Good night.